What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be showing you some things that you need to understand about Caspa in the short term. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
Now, I'm not going to go super in depth into the charts until the end of the video. However, I want you to understand that what I was warning about in my last video has now came true. So it's very important that you pay attention when I go over the charts. Now, I would also like to point out that Caspa is currently trading at just under 12 cents. And at its peak, it was 15.5 cents. And as many of you guys know, it was just 5 months ago that I was talking about Caspa at 1.5 cents. So if you guys simply bought at that time and just held the entire time, you could have been up 862% in 5 months. And if you compare that to the stock market where the average return is 10% in a year, those gains are incredible. And if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. But as I said, I'll go deeper in the charts at the end of the video. So make sure you stay tuned. So Caspa is currently trading at a price point of just under 12 cents. Its market cap is 2.6 billion, which ranks 29th among all cryptocurrencies. So it has dropped a little bit. In my last video, it was ranked 27th. And its circulating supply is 21.9 billion out of a max supply of 28.7 billion, which is just over 76% in circulation. And Caspa is also currently down 21.9% from its all-time high that it reached 23 days ago. So there has been a decent retracement. And then if you're looking to trade Caspa, I recommend using KuCoin or MEXC. I think those are the two easiest centralized exchanges to use. Now, I would also like to point out the fact that if you come down to the Caspa news section, the first article, Caspa community receives intriguing revelation about Binance and Caspa. Is a spot listing coming soon? And if you actually click on the article, they say that there is a current Binance address that holds 136 million Caspa, securing its position as the 8th largest holder. The critical transaction date aligns with Binance's announcement to list Caspa futures on November 16th of 2023, a little bit under a month ago. And as you read deeper into the article, there is more and more evidence of a potential Binance listing. Now, whether or not it's actually going to happen, who knows? But it's definitely something to keep your eyes on. As you have to remember, Binance is the largest centralized exchange. If Caspa gets listed on it, that can enable Caspa to explode again. But now we'll go over some Caspa news. So this is their Twitter, which has 172,000 followers. And they posted December 11th, Caspa and Tangem wallets are on the way. And that's always awesome to see. Tangem is a fantastic hardware wallet. And then Caspa also reposted this on December 10th. Trezor, I see you currently support only legacy layer 1s. How about adding Caspa? And if Trezor did that, that might even be bigger than the Tangem wallets. So also keep your eyes on this. And then this is their last post since my last Caspa video. So on December 8th, the Caspa chats and community platforms continue to grow. Caspa subreddit has reached 10K members. See, a lot of people will see this and they'll be like, oh, it's Reddit, who cares? But the reality of the crypto market is that it is heavily driven based on hype and speculation. So you want a lot of people talking about Caspa. So the bigger and bigger the community gets, the better. But now we'll go over some macro news that could affect Caspa's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Caspa. So this is Watcher Guru's Twitter. Now, come early January, hopefully I'm no longer discussing these Bitcoin spot ETFs, as it feels like I've been talking about them for months now. Hopefully at that point, they're just approved. But they posted 15 hours ago. SEC holds meeting with BlackRock to discuss its spot Bitcoin ETF. And I also showed you guys a tweet in one of my previous videos that BlackRock has a record of 575 to 1 when it comes to getting spot ETF listings. So the odds of them getting approved are very good. And as I've been saying, I think it could help bring trillions of dollars to the crypto industry. So keep your eyes on them. And then they posted 23 hours ago, US inflation falls to 3.1%. Now, whether or not this is actually true, who knows? There are certainly arguments out there that inflation is much worse, but everyone's going to perceive this in a different way. And then lastly, Elizabeth Warren introduces a bill to crack down on crypto. And I actually highly recommend reading through some of these comments. I'm not going to do it on this video because some of them are inappropriate, but it's actually kind of funny. You have to understand, this is the same person who said crypto's only use case is criminals, drug trafficking, and money laundering. And she constantly talks about how crypto is the bad guy. Yet she is completely oblivious to the fact that the current monetary system is just as corrupt, if not even more corrupt. And she acts like the US dollar doesn't also get used by criminals. So again, if you guys are looking for a quick laugh, read through some of these comments. I highly recommend it. Now, I do also want to go over the crypto fear and greed index, as we have dropped a few points. We are now at that 65 level, which is still greedy, but it's much better than where we were at 72. So why measure fear and greed? The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction of seeing red numbers. With our fear and greed index, we try and save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a good buying opportunity. On the contrary, contrary, when investors are getting too greedy, that can mean the market is due for a correction. Now, as I said, we are still greedy right now, but it's much better than where we were. Now, is this indicator the end-all indicator? Absolutely not. But in my personal experience, it's usually pretty accurate. And the reality is that I was telling you guys when we were down at that 42 level and we were fearful, that is realistically when you should be buying cryptocurrency. When Bitcoin was at 26,100 and everyone was saying crypto's dead, Bitcoin's going down to 10,000. But now we're at that greedy region, you might want to consider taking profits. Obviously, that's not financial advice, but just understand the overall sentiment of the crypto market. Now, for the final part of this video, we'll go over some technical analysis. So this is Caspa on the daily time frame. Now, the negative indicator that I was talking about at the beginning of the video is that price action has officially broken beneath the 21-day moving average. That is not a good sign at all. Not to mention the previous two candles after that bearishly retested, which shows that we could not get back above it. Now, I will say there are still some bullish indicators. Like, for example, you could argue that Caspa is trading in a falling wedge, which break up 68% of the time, and it has a measured move up to about 14.5 cents. Although I will say, if the measured move does play out, be careful. It can create a triple top. Now, what I do also like to see is that price action currently is trading in a double bottom, which shows that this is a strong support level. So as long as we do not break beneath 11.5 cents, we might be fine in the short term. And then lastly, if you look at price action, we swing from a lower low to a higher low. The RSI is higher low to lower low. That is Class A bullish divergence, which typically signals a local bottom has been reached. So what's crazy about Caspa right now is there are actually a lot of very bullish indicators that suggest that we might get a bounce. But my one problem right now is that we are trading beneath the 21-day moving average. I absolutely hate to see that if I'm looking to take a trade. Obviously, Caspa could still break out, but that is not ideal to see. Now, lastly, I'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. And if Bitcoin were to explode up, there's a good chance Caspa would get right back above the 21-day. Now, what I will say for Bitcoin is if you look at price action, it has not broken beneath the 21-day. In fact, it's almost touched it 3 different times. So in my eyes right now, Bitcoin actually looks like a much better trade than Caspa. And similar to Caspa, if you look at price action, lower low to higher low. RSI is higher low to lower low. Class A bullish divergence. It's not quite as strong as Caspa's, but it's still there. But I do also want to point out the worst thing we could possibly see on Bitcoin is for price action to break beneath the 21-day and then bearish retest. If that were to happen, I honestly would not be surprised at all if price action fell all the way down to 37,800, as that is the next major support level. And it's the next high volume node in the VRVP. And these high volume nodes typically work as magnets. Now, also keep in mind, if you come over to Bitcoin's weekly time frame, the RSI and stochastics are extremely overbought, and the previous 8 candles in a row had all been green. It is only now that we have finally had a red candle. However, this red candle still has not closed yet, so it could still be green. And typically after a parabolic move like this, you are bound to get a retracement, which is why I have been warning you guys about a potential drop for a long time now. And I wouldn't be shocked if we do retrace a little bit more than this. Perhaps even flagging out long enough for the 21-day moving average to start creeping up. And then the final indicator I want to point out, which is actually bullish, is on the weekly time frame. The 21-day has broken above the 200-day moving average, which is a golden cross. And golden crosses typically signal an explosive move is coming. So yeah, at the current moment, I wouldn't be shocked if Bitcoin does get a bounce. And in my opinion, that is going to need to happen in order for Caspa to get a bounce. I hate the fact that Caspa is trading beneath the 21-day moving average. But as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomic significantly outweigh technical analysis. So just understand crypto is going to be extremely volatile in the short term. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Caspa will go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.